This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today's Friday, March 18th, 2011, and today we're going to take a look at APWR Energy Generation Systems. This is a NASDAQ capital market stock, trading our ticker APWR. See overall a pretty good downtrend over the last 9 months. Catching a double bottom, though. It looks like it's trying to put together another bounce. Take a quick look at these indicators. I always like to see this trend back towards zero. Nice look to it overall from the first bounce to possibly leading into the second bounce. MACD histogram trending back towards zero. We're going to look for that bullish cross of the signal line. And we'll look for the MACD to trend back towards zero and break through it as well. Almost identical look to the PPO. ADX against what we call an ADX play. Seeing an overall uptrend in the ADX. We'll look for is the reversal of the positive and negative DIs. In a pretty nice position to try and make a climb. See the overall feel right there of the MFIs trending back upward. Want to see them break through 50 and get trending up in this area. Much more bullish if that happens. Be keeping an eye on this accumulation distribution and shaking money flow. What we'll look for here is some really long-term trend lines. Something along that line to be broken. Chart will be taking on a much more bullish look. If it does, you'll see the accumulation distribution starting to trend upward. Shaking money flow. Slightest uptrend in the valley, showing that buying and selling pressure is trying to equalize. CCI holding above negative 100. That's also a good sign. You can see the full stoch trying to put together higher lows. Given hints of a possible turn, we'd like to see as this try and move a little bit stronger, move through 50, keep the positive momentum coming into this stock. Trick similar to the MACD. We're going to want to see this turn through here and try and put itself together about a 4-month uptrend. Pretty nice look to the tricks as well. RSIs, uptrending. Of course, we're going to look again for that break of 50. We want to see it get through that area, get on the bull chart side of things. As I mentioned, what I like about this is finding a double bottom. Both times right here around 455, bounce back up. I'm not a big fan of black candles. All they mean is the stock gapped up. Closed lower than it opened, but still closed higher than the previous day. I think it's a little bit of sign of weakness, but it's good to see some buying pressure at the same time, so they're relatively neutral to me. What I'm just looking for is holding this bottom and trying to put together higher lows. In the short-term scheme of things, I want to see that trend line fall, kind of coordinates with that 50-day moving average. Nice move, about 10% to go up there and challenge that. I will ultimately look for that bottom to hold. A little bit shorter term, I'd look for 475 to hold. Again, I want to see it continue to make higher lows. I don't want to see it dip back down here to 455. And the 475 puts a stop loss at a closer area. From a resistance standpoint, I think that 425, 430 area is certainly going to come into play. It had a tough time right here until it gapped through it. Then gapped again. You notice it came back down. Filled both of those gaps. Left this gap open. Just filled that gap as well. So now if there's no gaps left to fill, I'm still going to look for this to try and continue upward. I'm going to look for that trend line, of course, that 50-day. I want to see these short-term moving averages curling underneath it and give it some support. This purple line, the 20-day moving average, is kind of hidden in there. But I want to see it get above that, start trading on the upper side of the Bollinger Band, see if this can put together an uptrend. Of course, it's going to start by trying to break through that 522. Volume has actually trickled off a little bit, but about average. See 401,000 shares traded. As always, the more volume you can see to try and blow through that resistance, the better. But we'll look for that to fall. We'll look for the next level to be up here right around 550. See, it was resistance and support. Tying right in with that trend line. That's going to be the key area. This is a secondary resistance. This is going to be a primary area for it. If it can break through that, I think this will have a decent chance to come up here and test $6. That, again, will be a tough spot. You can see it was support, resistance, support through here. Of course, from that point, then you look for it to try and make a new high. Right now, we always talk about baby steps, and baby steps, let's hold this bottom support, start to put together some upward momentum, take out this first resistance, then the second resistance. If it can go up there, you're talking about a 20% move. That's nice percentage gains, and that's where I'll have my sights set if it can start to move upward. As always, merely my interpretation of the APWR chart. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.